Noel's News! It's Noel's News!
How long for that?
Well, Noel, you were missing in action last week in Australia.
I was enjoying myself.
You were, yeah, you were. How did you find Australia?
Well, I went to a rugby match.
Go away.
I went to a rugby match. And there was a load of lads doing the haka. The haka.
The haka.
Yeah, and they were shouting. I thought there was a row going to break out. I was, go on, the fuck! Hit him! Hit him! I was roaring in the haka. And the ref was letting it go.
Was he, yeah?
In fairness to him, yeah. And they started the game. And they were throwing the ball backwards. That's just how are you ever going to score? 19 years. I heard senior. I never hit the ball backwards. Every time I got the ball, I don't know if I've ever told you this, Maureen, right? But every time I got the ball, I used to letter the length of the field, which was unusual for a corner forward. But it was a habit I picked up when I was a backman.
Yeah.
And I brought it with me. Now, I thought it made a bit of a spectacle of the game. You know, it kind of lifted things a bit.
G'd up, lads.
Yeah. Now in Australia, I went for a pint.
Did you?
And they gave me out a glass of beer, as well as the rest of it.
A schooner.
That's what he called it.
Yeah.
Fucking daylight robbery, I called it. I paid $9 for that. Fucking, we got into a row over it.
Did you?
Yeah, they had 4 or 5 big Pacific Islanders doing the door, big lads.
Yeah.
Where we got into a row with him, myself and Paddy. And I said to him, I said, look, you have the biggest chest I have ever seen. So I kicked him right in the bollocks. I was confident enough going into the fight.
Wow.
They're big men.
Yeah, they are big men, yeah.
So we didn't go back.
No.
We left it off. We didn't go back to that bar.
Just as well.
And a bit of a cultural clash, you might say. And then we got barred from every pub in Sydney.
Did you?
Which is how we ended up at the rugby. So
it was the only place you could get a drink.
Only place I get us up.
Oh, jeez.
I was going very dry. Now, I have a bit of news here. Hang on, where are my sheets? Here, a bit of news here now. Yes, okay. A man has been sent to prison for making music. And I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking.
Mike Denver.
No, authorities have finally caught up with Declan Ernie. No, the man with the $1 million fringe continues to evade the police. I actually quite like Declan Ernie. Do you know his song, The Big D?
No.
The Big D.
No. How does it go?
Do you know what it's about?
No.
Divorce. It's all fun and games until she wants half your pension, as Father McGrath used to say.
$1 million thing.
Now, this man who went to jail for music, his name is... fuck it, anyway. His name is Mehdi Rajabian from Kilcash. No, he's from Iran.
Okay.
He's from Iran, I'm told. But the only other Iranian man I know is... do you know your man who does the takeaways? Iran in a van. Iran in a van. He does the chips.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I don't eat chips. But there's a lad working with him, and he's very good. And they call him Kebabs Keaton. Kebabs Keaton. And his grandmother works there too. And you know what they call her?
Right.
Nan bread.
Oh, I get it, Nan. Yeah.
But
I'm still laughing at Declan Ernie.
Right, you want to get over that. The middle chicken kebabs are lovely. The sauce though, you'd be fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to be eating them down the back of mass.
Oh.
But I'm not mad about the old donor meat.
No.
Oh, it seems like they just fucking donations from the farm. Donor.
I like it.
Would you?
Yeah.
Oh, typical. Townie. This man in Iran, he's 30 years of age, Mahdi, and he has already been to prison twice for making music the Iranian authorities considered unacceptable, and I'm delighted you find it so amusing.
Sorry.
He was in jail for 6 years
God.
in Iran. That's no crack. And he...
She gathers just dribbling like a simpleton.
Sorry,
Sorry, no. Sorry for the lack of
I
professionalism.
came out with the intention of doing a bit of news, but
Sorry.
as I was saying before you ruined it, he's in jail for 6 years for making music, and he was banned from, and I have in quotations, engaging in musical activities forever. Soon as he got out of jail, what did he do? Record an album. Not to fucking bother on him. And recording an album definitely counts as musical activities, unless you're DJ Khaled or someone. He kind of sounds to me like he's announcing the winners of the Club Lotto. DJ Khaled, Justin Bieber, the winner of the voucher for Tina's hair salon, Rihanna. Not that she needs it.
No.
Isn't she lovely the way she is?
She is,
Yes, yes.
As Phantom McGrath used to say. So the idea of this album in Iran, he's gathered up musicians from all around the region, and their togetherness is the message.
Get over the dictionary.
You're such...
I tell you, you wouldn't last long in Iran. It's just a bit of Iranian trad, is all it is, Mara.
Is it? Jesus, that's harsh going now.
It doesn't even have lyrics.
God.
I don't know why people are offended by it. But people are offended by all kinds of things nowadays. People are too easily offended. I swear to God. We were in the Shamrock the other night, and Dermot fucked a pint bottle at a lad. And, well, your man was like an antichrist. He was roaring and bawling. Oh, I'm hurt. I'm losing too much blood. I'm going to pass out. I said, well, shut up the fuck. Shut up. Oh, okay, you got last. But, like, there's no need to ruin the atmosphere. I said, everyone's having a good time. It was Uncle Gary's birthday. Everyone's having a good night. And he's like, oh, I need to go to the hospital. No. Someone drive me, get a bandage. I pulled him aside. I said, look. It's Uncle Gary's birthday. Everyone's having a good time. Everyone's having a nice time. Don't ruin it for everyone. Just because you're a sap. Okay? I get you a glass of brandy. Well, Margaret, get him a glass of brandy. And you'll be fine. And you know Uncle Gary, you do. You know
I know
Uncle
him,
Gary.
yeah.
He gas. Once he hits about 6 pints, the pants come off.
Oh, God.
Now, I don't mind another man taking his pants off my company, but there was all kinds of people there. It was inappropriate. There was women there, and they weren't used to it. But if you're coming to Uncle Gary's birthday, you know what's in store. Anyway, your man got barred anyway for making too much noise in the pub. Yeah, he won't come. I'm fucking sick of his shit. So, I want you, all your listeners, to go onto your Google and type in Mehdi Rajabian and listen to his new CD called Middle Eastern. And there is a song for every country in the Middle East. A noble concept for an album.
Yeah.
Not like your shit. Tip. Huh? Chances ye win the Nobel Prize now.
Very low.
I better chance of winning the Rose Tralee. Fucking hurry, I'd say. My second story of the week, I'll keep it going. Stepaside, here comes the news. About a town called Stepaside.
Oh.
I bet Maureen knows this news. Well, before I get to news, I like the name Stepaside.
Okay.
I think it's a very strange name. My other favourite town names in Ireland, of course, in County Westmeath, Tang.
Yeah.
Kilnaspick, County Kilkenny, inappropriate name. Moll's Gap,
Yeah.
gas woman. And there's Boston, County Clare.
Yeah.
Dixborough,
Kilkenny.
Bastardstown in Dublin. Fannystown in Wexford.
Oh.
My favourite place, Willie Rogue Island,
Where's that?
County Galway.
Whoa.
Named after Father McGrath. But in Stepaside, in the Fernhill Park, the county council management, they have it, right? And the previous owners had a 34 hectare park, remarkable woodland garden, they called it, right? And I know you thought all of Dublin was flats and hair salons, which is where you seem to spend your time. But these wildflower meadows fall down gently to the road. And the county council have introduced heifers. Have you heard this?
No.
They are going, that's cows, moo cows to you. Yeah. They have 6 our traditional kind of heifers, Irish heifers, and they're going to graze the meadows in a ways that won't damage the wildflowers or, you know, the stoats and little frogs and the little buggy bugs or the hobos or whoever there's been lying there. You have a chance to run away, unlike when the big unfriendly lawnmowers come along, right? Yeah. They say the cows are going to be environmentally friendly. 6 cows on 34 hectares.
Oh.
What fuck could I get 100 in anyway? No wonder the country's fucked. So everyone's delighted that the county council are putting in a few heifers to cut the grass. Right? Everyone's delighted. But like when I do it in town, they call the guards. Okay? Oh no, you can't put a bull in the soccer field. Like, it was temporary. It was a temporary measure. Let him cover a few cows and he'd be happy. Oh no, we're trying to play a cup match. Like, let nature take its course. It's a beautiful thing. Okay? There's a big field down beside the castle.
Yeah.
Right? And the time of the fodder crisis, I might have left a few calves in, and I wasn't know that the children playing in amongst it. And they rang me and they Noel, you know, how did your animals end up grazing on public land? And I said, lads, 'tis like the Beach Boys used to sing. God only knows. A couple of months I collected them anyway.
Good man.
But this is a good one. The county council in Dublin said other benefits are the evidence that engagement with animals and nature boosts the physical and mental health of visitors. So if anybody wants to improve their health, myself and Richie are going skull and calves next month. And we could do it in a hand. So just contact Johnny's Tax here at the podcast.
Where are you going?
We're out in Highlands. Yeah. We'll be out in Knockshock, right? We're skull and calves about the band. And Richie's fucking rough man. I tell you, he'd never make a carpenter now. That fucking
Jesus, no.
now, locally, it is election time. And now, most people, they know not to call to my door. Word has got out.
Okay.
Also, I have an 8-foot sign saying canvassers will be shot. But I was only thinking, you were talking about politics there, come on. Do you know who I used to like, politician?
Who?
Charlie High.
Why?
He was successful. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was so successful that while Ireland was in a crippling recession, he owned his own island. Do you know what I mean? Like, fair fucking play to him. That was a man who got to, you know what I mean?
Got it done.
Now, as a public servant, I'm not entirely sure where he got the money to buy his own island. But I think people respect success.
Yeah.
I think that's why people vote for Trump. People think of him as being successful. He was rich, you know. Mostly because he was in that TV show, The Apprentice. You know, but like Evelyn Cusack doesn't actually control the weather. Which I learned after trying to bribe her. I wanted it to rain on Burke's wedding, but to no avail. But no, The last politician who called to me was McGrath. And he said, Noel, we're looking for donations. And I said, what, for what, says I? And he said, we're collecting for the new swimming pool. So I gave him 2 buckets of water.
Very good. Very good.
That'll do you now.
That'll do us right. Yeah, thanks very much, Noel.
Thanks, Noel.
Pleasure as always.
We'll see you next week.
God willing.